Tatum was a warrior. She was a free spirit. She loved Jesus. And you're going to get that from almost anybody you talk to. She was that happy-go-lucky kiddo. I mean, that's just who she was from the get-go. We talk often about how our household is I'm a firstborn, Shauna's a firstborn, Shaylin's a firstborn, and then there was Tatum. And she was the one that made us all laugh. She's the one that kept us on our toes. She was good for our family to help us, all of us type A firstborns, to relax a little bit and learn to enjoy life.
So we moved to Canyon in 2015, and the girls had just started school, and they were on their basketball teams. And around October, she had been playing basketball, but kind of noticed this little lump right above her ankle bone on her left leg, and we just assumed basketball. She had done something. Then she broke her finger, which was a godsend for us because she quit playing, and then actually the lump got bigger. So in November of 2015, we just took her in for an x-ray, and December 1st of 2015 was when they diagnosed her with osteosarcoma.
We started with scans. We had different scans in Amarillo, at the hospitals in Amarillo. Went through different phases of full body scans, PET scans, MRIs, all that kind of stuff, and then that's when they discovered that there was also a tumor on her spine as well. And so she had it in her leg and then again in her spine. From there we got admitted into Texas Children's to an amazing team down there. We went back and forth to Texas Children's in Houston and had a lot of consultations with those doctors, different thoughts, different ideas of how we could attack it. And then we were lucky enough that we got to come back to Amarillo for the treatment. She
just approached it like a typical basketball game, and just, we have a game plan, let's go, we have this. She approached every chemotherapy like that, knowing that she's gonna throw up and get sick and feel terrible. But she knew in the end that there was no other choice, like that's what she had to do.
The community of Canyon just jumped in behind us 100% from the get-go. We have good friends at First United Bank, Stuart Sutton and Misty Sutton, and they just said, we've got this. If you'll give us permission, we've got this. Let us run with how we can help you guys. And we're like, yeah, absolutely. Fundraising was the furthest thing from our minds. We wanted prayers. We started the Team Tatum Facebook page in Houston, and I remember the conversation that Shauna and I had was, the purpose of this is for prayers. It's not for anything other than we feel like we can get to more people on social media and basically just ask for prayers because we believe in the power of prayer. So it started with the Facebook page, and then First United Bank jumped in and did a huge fundraiser for us. They started with the bracelets, and we had window stickers, and the whole community supported us like nothing I've ever seen before. You saw Team Tatum bracelets everywhere. I can remember us being on a flight from Houston home, and there was 2 people on the flight with Team Tatum bracelets, and we had no idea who they were. Like we had never seen them before in our lives. It just felt like it was, I don't know, it was just such a family thing the whole community gave to us.
It's hard because I think people think that, it gets easier as time goes on, and I would definitely disagree. I think it gets harder. This past 7-year one was the hardest one on me by far, because you get to keep living and you get to keep experiencing. I went to state in golf my senior year, and she didn't get to see that. I graduated high school and she wasn't there. I go to Oklahoma State, I joined a sorority, she wasn't there. All of these things that she's missing, and I'm like, this is not getting any easier, and so I think that for sure, but just knowing that our time on earth is so minuscule to eternity in heaven, and that I get to go and be with her there someday is completely worth it.
Then we decided to do the Tatum Tough toy chest at Northwest because we were in there 5 to 7 to 12 days at a time, and there's only so many things that you can do in a hospital room. And especially like Tatum, who they can't leave their room because their counts are so low or whatever. So we just try to keep a toy chest so there was something new that every time somebody walked in that door, you know, because there are kids that spend more time in the hospital than they do at home. That's where that's gone, and it's been wonderful. So we want to keep doing that, and just, you know, still keeping her memory alive and spreading her story, because she was a unique little girl.
You know, a lot of hours here and a lot of hours doing, you know, what I love and the passion that I've always had. It changed me as far as I found ways to get myself home way more, and I spent way more time at home, and still do to this day. Just the understanding that family is more important than anything else.
I would go to school, my dad would go to school, and then he'd pick me up. All right, we're gonna go to the hospital until midnight tonight, and then we'll drive back home. But that was the best part of my day because I got to see her, so it didn't matter where I was.
It was a journey, and we were all in it together, and in the fight and in the battle, and she never wavered. I think everybody on earth, we all have a purpose and a job, and, you know, once we've done what we're supposed to do, and heaven is our reward. I want her here, of course, but I want her whole and healthy, and that's exactly what she is. Looking back now, I'm like, it's also every parent's dream for their child to change the world.
Tatum Schulte, I'm 9 years old. I am battling osteosarcoma. I believe God gives his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers. I am Tatum Tough.